Hey guys, I'm here to do lesson 6.5 with you. Your learning target is I will be able to solve expressions. Here, think about it. It says write an expression to represent the written expression 12 less than triple a number. Explain how you came up with your expression. Go ahead and pause the video and work through your think about it, and then we'll come back together. All right, guys, so marking up this text, okay, I see the number 12. So I'm going to circle that, and it looks like it's all by itself. So that's going to be our constant. Okay, less than. We know that less than tells us we need to subtract. Okay, then it says triple a number. What does the word triple mean? Doesn't that mean 3 times? Right? If I wanted a triple cheeseburger, wouldn't that mean that I had 3 patties on my cheeseburger? Okay, so I'm multiplying by 3. And then we have a number, which again, we'll just use the variable n. And that's our variable, like I said. All right, so if I draw a model to represent this, I'll need to draw 3 sections of n, because then that would be multiplying n times 3, right? Let me actually put these above. So this is n, this is n, this is n, and all together we have 3n, which is triple n. Then it said 12 less than a number. We know when it says 12 less than a number, that means I'm taking 12 away from a number. So it should be behind my subtraction sign. So it should look something like this. Okay, so if I take away 12, let's just say 12 is here. This section here is 12. Okay, so what expression helps us represent this scenario? Well, we started with 3n, so we'll start with 3n, and then it said we need to take away from that number, from triple that number. Okay, so we're going to take away, how much did it tell us to take away? It told us to take away 12. So our expression that represents this given phrase, 12 less than triple a number, is going to be 3n minus 12. Okay, so that's triple our number n, and I'm taking 12 away from it, so it's 12 less than 3n. All right, key point. Mathematical situations can be translated into algebraic expressions. So it's the same key point from the last lesson. We're just going to continue our work with it. So interaction with new material, example number 1. Write an algebraic expression that represents the description below. The product of 5 and the sum of a number and 14. All right, so let's mark this text up. Product. What does the word product mean? Product is an answer to a multiplication problem. Okay, then we have the number 5. And it says the sum of a number. So sum, that tells me it's an answer to an addition problem. And that sum must be adding a number, which we'll use n, and that's our variable. And then the number 14. Okay, so we have to find the product of 5 and the sum of the number n and 14. So whenever you see the sum of, that's going to tell us that we need to make sure that that sum happens first. Okay, how can I make sure that an addition problem happens before a multiplication problem? Because I know I'm going to have to multiply because of the word product. And according to PEMDAS, right, multiplication comes before subtraction. So how can I guarantee that this this addition problem of n plus 14 comes first? I use parentheses, guys. The first step of PEMDAS is parentheses. So if I put this addition problem inside of parentheses, that's going to make it happen first. So we have n plus 14 inside of parentheses. And we're trying to find the product of, or the answer to the multiplication of, 5 times that sum. Okay? So the expression that we're going to use is 5 inside parentheses n plus 4. And literally the way you read it is just like it says above. 5 times the sum of n plus 14. Okay, so you need parentheses anytime you see the sum of. You're going to need parentheses. All right, on to number 2. Write an algebraic expression that represents the description below. The difference of A and B divided by 7. So our keywords here, we've got difference. Difference tells me to subtract. We're going to be dividing or subtracting A and B, it looks like. So those, we've got 2 variables here. Okay, and then we have to divide by 7. Okay, if I were to write this out, A minus B divided by 7, which is going to happen first according to PEMDAS? This part right here is going to happen first. But we don't want that. We need to find the difference of A and B first. Then we divide that by 7. So just like in the last problem, I need to put parentheses around what I need to happen first. And in this case, I need to find the difference first. So I put parentheses around my subtraction problem. That guarantees that the subtraction problem will happen before the division problem does. I did want to add, there's also another way of writing this expression. And you can write it like A minus B in parentheses over 7. And the reason that we can do that is because I've told you before, our fraction bar represents division. So it's the same thing as this, except I'm putting it in a fraction form. Okay, so just like when we had the sum of, if you see the difference of, that's also a sign that you're going to need parentheses. All right, guys, I will see you during your Zoom meeting where we'll work on the rest of the packet together.